Welcome back, students. I am your geography teacher Vandana Joshi and you are watching SST June. So students, in previous video we have studied about the climate in India, in which we have studied about the monsoonal climatic condition in our country. So in that same series today we are going to study about the climatic regions of India, which are divided by Köppen and Thornthwaite. So Köppen already we have studied, but a little look we will give here for as Köppen we have already studied. So here a short revision we will do of Köppen's scheme first. So what are the climatic regions of India? The climatic regions of India are divided into different parts. Generally it is in 6 parts by Köppen's scheme. It is A, B, C, D and E. A showing the tropical climate, B dry climate, C warm climate, D snow climate and E ice climate. So according to the climatic regions of India, according to Köppen's scheme, so these are categorized as AMW, which is showing the monsoon with short dry season, and the areas covered by it, these are the west coast of India and south of Goa. Second is AS, which is known as monsoon with dry summer, and it is covered in the Coromandel coast of Tamil Nadu. Next is AW or tropical savannas. So that area is covered in the peninsular plateau south of the Tropic of Cancer. Next type of climate is BWHW, which is showing the hot, or we can say semi-arid steppe climate and hot desert as well. So the areas covered by it, these are the northwestern Gujarat, some part of western Rajasthan and Punjab, and extreme western Rajasthan as well. Next is the CWG, which is covering the monsoon with dry winter, and areas covered, that is Ganga Plain, eastern Rajasthan, northern Madhya Pradesh and most of northeast India. Next is DFC. It is a type of climate. It is cold humid winter with short summer, and areas covered are Arunachal Pradesh, and that at last, that is E, which means polar type or the cold climate, that is Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. But Thornthwaite's scheme is little bit different as compared to the Köppen's scheme. It is also divided into 6 parts, but if we will see, these are described into the different balance. Like Thornthwaite and his methods of classification is on the concept of the water balance. The relationship between precipitation and water need is called the water balance. If the precipitation is more than the maximum amount of evaporation and transpiration, the area is said to have a wet climate, and if it is less than the area, it is dry. So here the divisions are A, B, C2, C1, D and E. A is showing the perhumid, B humid, C2 moist subhumid, C1 dry subhumid, D semi-arid and E arid areas. These are showing the rainfall distribution. And if we talk about these type of climates into the different area, A, which is the perhumid, it is covering the areas are the Mizoram, Tripura, Meghalaya, Lower Assam and Arunachal Pradesh in northeastern India and the west coast of India, South Gujarat. If we talk about the B, humid, the areas covered are Nagaland, Upper Assam and Manipur, North Bengal and Sikkim and the west coast. C2 is known as the moist subhumid, area covered by it, that is West Bengal, Odisha and eastern Bihar, Pachmadi in Madhya Pradesh and eastern slope of Western Ghats. C1 is dry subhumid, areas covered by it, that is Ganga Plain, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, northeastern Andhra Pradesh, northern Punjab and Haryana, northern Tamil Nadu, Uttaranchal or Uttarakhand, we can say, Himachal Pradesh, and Jammu and Kashmir. D is semi-arid area, in which it has been covered by Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Eastern Karnataka, Eastern Madhya Pradesh, Northeastern Gujarat, Eastern Rajasthan, and most of Punjab and Haryana. Next is the arid area. Arid area, which is totally dry area, and areas covered like Gujarat, Rajasthan, and southern Punjab. So student, it was the division of climatic regions according to the Thornthwaite, and we have studied here two types of climatic regions according to Köppen and Thornthwaite. Now what is the climate and how it is affecting to the people? So here, as Lee Thornthwaite has used temperature and humidity condition of the warmest and coldest month of the year to examine the climate from the humid comfort point of view. Then mean temperature of the warmest and coldest month is grouped into hot when it is over 30 degrees centigrade, warm when it is 20 degree to 30 degrees centigrade, temperature when 10 to 20 degrees centigrade, and cool when it is less than 10 degrees centigrade. And the humidity in terms of many vapors, pressures of warmest and coldest month into wet when it is over 20 minimum of mercury, moist when 15 to 20, humid when 10 to 15, dry when less than 10 mm. And 5 bioclimatic zones in India are identified as comfortable, uncomfortable, less comfortable, again comfortable, and the most comfortable areas. Now let's see how the monsoon is affecting to the social economical life of India. As we know, monsoon is that axis around which revolves the whole life cycle of India. It is because about 64% people of India depend on agriculture for their livelihood, and agriculture itself is based on southwest monsoon in India. Except Himalayas, the monsoon make the rest of India warm enough to carry out agricultural activities throughout the year. Regional variation in monsoon climate help in growing various types of food and cash crops. The almost 8 months in India remain dry, where artificial means of irrigations are required for growing crops. This has prompted India to develop a south irrigation system since ancient time. If we talk about the cultural activity, the regional climate variation in India are reflected in variety of food, clothes, and house types. Variety of crops not only provide raw material for different industrial production, but they are also associated with several cultural functions such as Lohri, Tees, etc. The broader unity of monsoon is reflected in fine emotions of man such as literature, dance, music, and paintings. Even many rags are there which are played and sung during rainy season. And the impact of climate can be observed in variety of sports and games of different region in India as well. But nowadays the climate is changing due to the impact of global warming, and here are many reasons of the global warming. The climate of world has changed in the past and is changing at present. And the main reasons are carbon dioxide produced by human activities is the major cause of global warming. Burning of fossil fuel ejects a large amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Even to protect and conserve the things, there was projected that by the year 2010 global temperature will warm about 2 degrees centigrade. This rise in temperature will accompany many other changes. So government is also giving many program for the this global warming, which we can check in this government policies. Now here I am going to discuss some important questions from this chapter. and the topics which we have discussed. So first of all, that is monsoon is a gamble for the Indian farmers. Explain. So students, agriculture prosperity of the country depends very much on timely and adequately distribution of rainfall. It is fails, agriculture is very badly affected. For this reason, it is often said that the Indian agriculture is a gamble in the hand of the monsoon. The failure of summer monsoon result in famines and food shortage. Therefore, monsoon is a gamble for the Indian farmers. As in the last video, we have studied about the rain shadow area. But again, a question is related to it, that is, why is the western part of Rajasthan arid in spite of the Aravalli hills? So the answer can be the western part of Rajasthan is desert. It gets an annual rainfall less than 20 centimeter. This is due to the reasons as Rajasthan is under the influence of southwest summer monsoon. The Aravalli's system lies wind parallel to the direction of southwest monsoon winds coming from Arabian Sea. So this mountain system is unable to check these winds, and hence western Rajasthan is partially dry. The southern parts get some rainfall. This area lies at a great distance from the Bay of Bengal. The Bay of Bengal monsoon becomes dry and loses its moisture when it reaches Rajasthan, and this area is away from the Himalayan region as well, so it does not come under the influence of monsoon giving rain in the sub-Himalayan region. Therefore, that region remain dry or arid despite the Aravalli hills. Students, here I am providing you few maps as well, through which you will get more information about the climate of India.